stuff. It just shows up at their house, and my daughter has to wrap it.
No,
So
that's easy.
that makes it a lot easier. So yeah. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I just was listening to Maureen Muldoon. Her group has a Sunday service, and they had Ricky Camus
Hmm,
on there. She is real mystical, and she teaches A Course in Miracles, and she plays music. It's really good, and she also reads the tarot. She does tarot card readings online
right.
on um, uh, like YouTube and such.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting, and she was talking about how she blended those, which I kind of do that too. I read tarot cards.
Hmm.
So it's kind of the same thing. And I'm not sure. I think did you say you did also, or
No, no, I don't.
like
I
it?
mean, I have, I no, I don't have tarot cards, do I? Well, oh, I have Oracle. I have an Oracle card.
Oh, that's nice. Those are nice.
Yeah, but that's it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, basically all it is just a vehicle
Right.
for to look at, and just like um uh the A Course of Miracles,
Hmm.
all it really is a vehicle for us to look at and um see how it works in our life and what it means to us. It's our own thing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah. The only thing that I do play around with is the pendulum.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that before.
Yeah. That I do. Um, it's never, it's not 100% accurate. Um, but hey, it's, you practice, and it's usually between a friend and myself, and that's it, that we play around with it. But yeah, nothing. I mean, we've asked about this whole situation that's going on, and it says over and over, it'll be gone.
Yeah, I agree with that. I
So,
agree. I
but,
think that's absolutely true. So
yeah, I just want to know.
yeah.
I want it to come like right now. Can you do it now?
Actually, it is done now. We just don't see it yet. So that's the
That is
thing.
true. That is true.
It's already done. But what I was going to say about the pendulum,
Mhm.
uh, when I was a young kid, um, we lived in a little small town, and there was a health food store there.
Yeah.
And I used to love to go hang out at that health food store when I was like, 10, 11, 12 years old. And there were these two old ladies, they were from Germany.
Hmm.
And they were like old ladies. I went to school with her boys. They were in my same grade, so I guess they weren't that old. But anyways, they did that with vitamins and stuff. So you would go in, and they would do like the whole consultation. They would check your whole body out with a pendulum, and then they would put the vitamins in your hand. And then if it went, back and forth, then it was good. If it went up and down, it was not good. And if it went around in a circle, something else, I don't know what. But that's how I mean, they practice a kind of a medicine there. And the actually um the one lady, they moved to New Zealand uh,
Hmm.
because of the Vietnam War. She didn't want her boys that were in my grade to have to go to a war in Vietnam, so they
Oh,
moved to New Zealand. But the other lady moved to Boulder and put up her uh, health food store over there, and she became like famous. She's in Wikipedia and stuff.
wow.
So yeah, I mean, my claim to fame, I knew this lady, but I mean, that's how I knew about the pendulum. Is like you can use it to diagnose stuff
Wow. Yeah.
and to determine, is this good for you or not. You can use it to find places on a map. You can use it to buy all kinds of stuff, water,
Hmm.
uh, all kinds of stuff. So, and I'm guessing it's because um we are channeling the energy of the earth through our bodies, and we're all channeling the energy through our own bodies here.
Yeah.
So our connection is, it's manifest in something like that, or we do it all the time with words and being with people and stuff, but there's a deeper kind of connection that goes through the physical universe.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
believe that. Yeah.
yeah. So, and that's why, getting connected to that
Mm-hmm.
is so helpful. That last chapter that we read
Mm-hmm.
about the body, um, really kind of uh, made me think about, how what I've been using the body for.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Not helpful. No.
Not helping me or anybody
Something.
else. Oh my gosh, I've been really kind of in a funk. I had that. Here, I'm going to go into my woes here, but I had a sinus infection, and and like bronchitis. So I went to the doctor, and it wasn't my regular doctor; it was the PA, and I think she was nervous about giving me strong drugs, so she gave me like
Mm.
4 milligram prednisone,
Oh,
uh,
oh,
which I usually get like 20. So
oh, yeah. Okay.
so she gave
Yeah.
me like a whole like course of 4 milligram prednisone, and then also uh I think it was an antibiotic. It was Augmentin.
Mm-hmm.
So she gave me
Oh,
that,
wow.
and I took that for like 10 days,
Mm-hmm.
and I got better for like a couple days, and then boom, it hit me again, and
Yeah.
it was even worse.
Oh, boy.
So I kind of thought, well, I just got done with all these antibiotics and blah blah blah. Surely this will resolve, but it didn't. So I went back, and
Mm.
this time I saw my own doctor, and she's like, nope, none of that crap. So she gave me like 10 days of doxycycline, and then the 20 milligram uh, course
Prednisone.
of the prednisone.
Wow.
And other than making me feel like a zombie, which all that strong amounts of prednisone in the body just
Yeah.
really affects your attention, your thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been like kind of in a daze for a couple weeks, it seems like.
Oh, no.
And just this morning, I'm like, where have I been? I mean, seriously, it was like, where have I been? I'm like, you know, recognizing, oh my gosh, I've just been letting my mind wander. And
Mm.
not terribly. I mean, obviously, I do my classes, I do my lessons, I'm busy, busy, busy with all that stuff. But the consciousness
Mm-hmm.
has been like wandering into strange fields. I don't even know how to explain it. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, uh, have you ever had that
Wow.
happen? I mean, it's weird.
Yeah. I guess when you're sick, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
That you're just, like just having funny dreams. That has been my most recent adventure. It's just like really strange things. Um,
What?
yeah. But, you know, it's just a dream anyway. So
It is a dream. Oh yeah. See, and this is the thing. It's so weird. It's a dream. Uh, like one night I was dreaming. I was so very real to me, that I was in like agonizing pain. I
Mm.
just wanted to die. My legs hurt so bad. My legs, they had somehow been turned into metal rods.
Oh my.
And I had these in my dream, my legs were turned into metal rods, and I was in agonizing pain.
Oh.
And I was just like, what did they do to me? I woke up,
Mm.
and my legs were cold. The cover had came off my leg.
Oh.
My
Oh.
legs were cold. I was not in agonizing pain at all. I was not in any pain at all. I was just a little bit but
Cold.
my consciousness was saying, "Wake up, you're gonna die." And and you need to cover up. But, and I just when I woke up and I recognized that, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, these dreams, including this one I'm having right now,
Yeah.
are so real and so deceptive."
Mhm.
There was no agonizing pain. I was ready to kill myself in that dream. It hurt so bad.
My gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah. I can
and there
imagine.
was nothing.
Yeah. Well, I guess the body just wants to wake you up, and the way that it interprets it as you're sleeping is like, it's you're in danger, hurry up.
Exactly.
Uh,
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'll never forget that because that was one of the weirdest things that's ever happened to me, really. Dream-wise, that metal leg thing. Just how could I even imagine they could have done that? But,
Yeah,
it's a dream.
right.
Oh my
Ha
gosh.
have you ever had dreams where you're in the dream, like, twice now? I've had one, I can't remember what the first one was, but it's like my purse was, oh, I forgot my purse. We were traveling, and in the dream, apparently I forgot my purse on the plane or something. And then I was walking and I realized I didn't have my purse. And then I said, I was like, started to get worried because I didn't have my purse. And then I said, no, no, I'm dreaming and my purse is not lost. My purse is right here with me. And I kept saying that in my dream. And
Mhm.
then next thing you know, I had my purse with me.
Yeah. I
So then, just not too about a couple of nights ago, there was another dream. Again, I was visiting somewhere. I don't know where I was. There was something, someplace very strange because it was visiting people that were living in homes that had no floors. They were dirt floors.
Uh-huh.
And to walk up, it was all dirt. It was like a little hill, and we had driven in a car. But the car could not be parked right in front. It had to be parked down the hill. And you kind of could see the car, but not really. You'd have to move around to get out and look down. And so we were visiting with whoever it was that we were visiting. I don't recall now. I nothing. And somebody said, "Oh no, did you leave your purse in the car?" And I was like, "Oh dear, yes, I did." And so I started walking towards where they were, and there were a group of people just going through my purse. And I remember in the dream, I was like, yeah, they can't take anything. My purse, I have my purse. It locks because I have a little latch, and they're not going to figure it out. So everything else, it's okay. They can take spread everything. And so I got close. I shooed them away, and yeah, everything was safe. But
just says, yeah.
it's like you have that capacity in your dream to kind of wake up in the dream, and even though you're still dreaming, to say to change it, you can
Yes.
change that dream. So
Yes.
anyway, so has happened with my purse, and I guess I have a fear of losing my purse because it keeps on happening.
Well, because what your purse symbolizes to you, it holds your identity. It holds a lot of, it's your safe thing. So I
Mm,
could see that that would be something that your dream would want to threaten you with. It's so interesting because what
mm,
I've been having of dreams, which is really bizarre when
mm,
I think about it now, is I will be in a dream and going through a scenario, something is happening, and all of a sudden I'll be thinking, uh, no, this isn't right. This and this should have been here. It's not here what's supposed to be. And then I thought, oh, I didn't set it up right. And then I go back to the beginning of the dream and I start arranging things so that when I get to that part of the dream, it will match. And then as soon as I get back to the first part of the dream where I'm doing the arrangement, I say, why am I doing this? This is just a waste of my time. I should be thinking about uh, really what I say, I should be thinking about God. Why am I thinking about this story in this dream and how to set it up so
Wow.
that it works out right? And every single time I go back to, oh, I should be thinking about God. I should be thinking about that stuff.
Mhm.
And it's the craziest thing. That's happened to me, oh my gosh, maybe 7 or 8 times
Wow.
in the last couple of months, where I've just recognized right in the middle of the dream, "Oh, whoops, something's missing here,"
Mm.
and go
That's
back
pretty
to the
good.
start.
Didn't I can't remember where I read, and yeah, I can't remember where I read, but basically, it's like once you start having those types of dreams, like in your dreams, it's like you're beginning to thin the veil. It's more like it's now your belief is spilling over into those unconscious, unconscious dreams.
Right,
But I
right.
don't know where I read it or who it was that said that. It was A Course in Miracles because it was all based on that, but I can't remember who it is that I read that it said that even in your dreams you are going to basically start waking up in the dream.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
cool.
think that's what's happening. Hey, Steve. I think that's what's happening is that,
Ah,
uh, because of this shifting in consciousness that
mhm,
is really, first off, and we'll get to reading our book here in a minute,
yeah.
but first off, I'm recognizing that, what my purpose is.
Mhm,
So, whenever and I'll do this sometimes, I'll just usually not usually, I'm lying completely. Sometimes
mhm,
before I go to sleep,
mhm,
I will turn my sleeping over to the Holy Spirit and say, "Please, help me, work with me, show me what I need to see," that kind of stuff. I'll say those things
mhm,
and kind of set my intention that I want to use the time when I'm sleeping to connect with my Father. And that, just, I might forget about it during the daytime a lot, but, I want to try to remember it at night so that connecting with God becomes the purpose of the sleeping, if that makes any sense.
yeah,
So, because I recognize that in my waking time, my ego is just like running breakneck speed, trying to do things and fix things and, whatever. But when I'm sleeping, the body is at rest.
mhm,
And unless it's cold,
yeah.
it's just pretty reliable just to lay there and not interfere with anything. So, so that's uh, the thing that I think is significant then is that when I do come aware and recognize that, oh, I'm just setting this up, the story for later, which is not going to happen because it isn't true, then then I can say, and what the heck am I doing? I'm supposed to be thinking about God.
Mhm,
I'm supposed to be reconnecting with my Father.
right.
And so that is what brings me back over and over and over
Yeah.
is that remembrance that the only purpose of me, laying down and closing my eyes, other than, my body aches or, I want to chill out a little bit, is so that I can get out of the way and remember God. So anyway,
That's cool. Nice that it can happen for you that way. I'll get there some one of these days.
oh, you know what? I bet you right away. I bet you now that you think about it and know it's possible, you're just going to be like, oh, why not?
Yeah,
Because
right.
that's what happens.
Yeah.
Uh, so
What's happening when you're having that, dreams like you might have gone to sleep watching the news or
Mm,
earlier in the day you held this impression, this some scar, this pattern. How do you, when you go to sleep, we're no longer the driver.
oh no, you're still the driver. Absolutely. That the eco is going to be driving night and day.
mhm,
Even
It's just going
during
to,
your nightly dreams.
yes, during our
mhm.
nightly dreams, we are dreaming awake and asleep. The ego
So
is
you're
alive and
talking
aware.
about vivid dreaming where you can then change the dream while you're asleep.
Mhm.
Well, we were kind of moving on to that, but not really as a subject or a goal, just something that happens.
Mhm.
is that
Wow.
when you um when you put purpose into your dreams, then you'll have um experiences in your dreams that reflect your purpose.
You mean
And
pretty much put an intention before you go to sleep. After that, other than your intention to be with God, now I lay me down to sleep, that whole prayer. When you do that, somehow it's not like you during the day. Oh, I'm noticing that. Now I'm going to embrace it. Oh, I'm going to let it breathe. And now I'm going to open to the, that doesn't happen at night.
it, well, it kind of does to me. I mean,
Does?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
it does to
I
me.
look forward to that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, now you know you can do it. Do it. I mean, if
Yeah.
seriously, it's just a matter of how I started doing it, and then maybe this is kind of a helpful is I started paying attention to like right when you start to go to sleep and a little bit of a dream starts happening, you have to be very conscious, all right? So you're conscious and you're laying there, you're trying to go to sleep, your eyes are closed, whatever, and a story starts playing off in your mind. And you can say, you can just let the story play off in your mind and turn into a dream, or you can say, hey, what is this story coming? Where is this coming from? I don't know those people. I don't know this situation. I've never been to this place. Where is this story coming from that's going on in my mind? And then the story goes away because, oh gosh, you busted. So then, then you're still laying there going, trying to go, another story starts coming up. And
Oh,
that happened to me over and over and over. And then eventually I would go to sleep, and then, God only knows what was happening in my mind at that time. But that's when I started recognizing I can stop the pattern right when the pattern starts up. My imagination about something that happened today, my fear about something that could go wrong next week, my sorrow about something that happened in the past. All of those things are coming up, and I can stop them. I can just say, "Hey, that's
well,
not what
then
you think about."
you're really like uh cozying up to, because I'm not in control, nor I heard Pema Chodron. She said, oh, after like 40 years of meditating, my mind is just as chattering as it's ever been, but my relationship with it has changed. So, because when I think about dreams the next morning, I go, oh, I had that dream. It's no different than during the day having a thought that just wells up, which is not really helpful or loving, or it's maybe uncomfortable. That doesn't need to be eaten. So
Right.
Right.
I,
That's not your
I'm
thought.
just, this is interesting.
Mhm.
Those are not your real thoughts.
Mhm.
That's what A Course in Miracles is telling you all the time. These are not my real thoughts. These thoughts that are running through my
Wow, I
head
mean,
are not real
uh,
thoughts.
when you talk about like 5 to 10 hours of sleeping, why not let it be uh, walking with God?
Right.
Right, exactly.
And that's the intention.
That's the intention. And the idea of and we don't even know, honestly, Steve, we don't even know if there is any such thing as 5 or 10 hours of sleeping. We could be closing our eyes and opening them right back up. And because time itself is an illusion. There is no time here. There's no time I'm laying in a bed, covered up or uncovered. No, that's not even happening at all. So I could be just close my eyes and then open them right back up and not and have just a seamless, because it seems seamless
Mhm.
unless you have other experiences. And then, you wake up, you go to the bathroom, get a drink, blah, 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 all that stuff, that says to me, oh yes, this is really happening. But is it?
Mhm. Yeah, really.
All right. So we're reading The Clairs for Course Students by Corinne Zipko. And
We're
this
on
is
we're on clear cognizance now.
on
We're starting
claircognizance.
that one.
Okay, did we pass? Okay, are we beyond this or? I
We're
don't
done
know.
with clairaudience, I think.
Okay, all right.
Uh,
Oh, I just wanted to hear it again.
so we're like 30, yeah, we're on page 32 now.
Good, all right. It's been a couple weeks, so there you go.
I know.
Yeah.
There.
Claircognizance. Ooh, this is a good one. I like claircognizance. So yeah. So do you want to read?
Sure,
Okay.
I can take it.
Do you want me to make it bigger?
Oh no, it's good. I have my copy here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I just read out of my copy. Okay. Claircognizance is intuitive knowing. This occurs when you are absolutely certain of something, but don't have evidence for why you should know. You know, but have no real reason to know. You might say something like, I just know. I don't know how I know, but I know. You might experience claircognizance when faced with a decision and you intuitively know what to do. Or you may experience claircognizance when you're tuning in to what a specific synchronicity means and you intuitively know what it means. Maybe you know without a doubt that change is coming, even if you don't know what the change is. You might also experience claircognizance when you know a loved one needs you, what your pet wants, or you might know you need to send someone prayers and love. Claircognizance is also the kinesthetic aspect of intuition. If you find that you need to move your body to receive downloads, or you get goosebumps, aka God bumps, when something rings true, this is your claircognizance in action. Would you like to stop and talk or
Uh,
continue?
yeah, no, I think this is something I think probably everyone can relate to at some level or another.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if she's going to move us into this, but I think probably for me a really good exercise is to practice this.
Mm-hmm.
Practice it, not practice, trying to, figure out what's going to happen or what's happening or
Yeah.
whatever, but just being open,
The
tuning
feeling.
in,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Tuning in and asking the question, what does this mean? And
Yeah.
what is it for? So,
Yeah. Or just living in that moment and feeling that peace that you have no matter what is going on around you, that you know it's going to be okay. Like, and not to bring that into, but and I mean that is politics, but uh,
I know what you mean.
yeah. So
You were
on
already talking
the
about it earlier.
yeah, so November of last year when it all, the results came and all that stuff, um, I went to bed knowing already that, what was going to happen. And of course, in that moment, it was like, ugh. And I couldn't fall asleep. I stayed up until, I don't know, like maybe 5 in the morning. I don't know, but it was like all the way through. However, during those hours that I was awake in bed, just thinking, it came over me this peace, like this knowing that it's going to be okay. How it's going to play out, I don't know, but it's going to be okay. And I woke up the next morning with that same peace, and that's how I've been throughout. I haven't had I see all the horrible things, and even now with the more horrible things coming out. Um and yes, it disturbs me, but at the same time I know that this has an end and it's going to be okay. It may look bad. It's all going to be looking bad, but it's going to be okay. And that's what has I think has kept me sane is that knowing, even though I don't know what or when or how, but I know it's going to be okay. So one of the things that I had shared with someone is like, don't don't worry, because this is where faith turns into knowing that you know that you're going to be okay. Doesn't matter what happens, you're going to be okay. And that has been, I think, the biggest thing for me, aside from other things that I just don't go into worrying about things, because I know that things need to play out a certain way in order for me to learn something, for other people to learn something, and I'm not going to get upset about it, but know that it's going to turn out okay. Somehow it's going to work out. I don't know how. That I've had forever,
Yeah.
where I think, well, it's somehow gonna turn out okay. It'll work out.
It always does. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's so I love what you were just saying, Zita, because
Mm,
yeah, that's exactly, how I see it as well. If you have an idea of the outcome, what you want the outcome to be, and you look and say, oh, well, this is not going to get to the outcome I want, then
mm,
you're going to be worried and
mm,
unhappy and afraid and go through a lot of angst and anger and fear. Um, and recognizing that I really don't know what anything is for. I don't know how anything about it. All I know is this is a script that I wrote. And I know
mhm,
it sounds crazy,
mhm,
but I know you like to watch television shows. I like to watch television shows.
mhm,
We're watching, some like Law and Order or I've been watching Elementary with this Sherlock Holmes story. But anyways, what happens is, things are going along, then something goes wrong, then bad things, bad things, bad things. Then they go and figure it out. Good people become good. They figure out what happened, they fix the problem and go back to some sort of peace in the end. It happens over and over and over in
mhm,
those shows. And you know that if they wrote the show and it just said, nice things happen all the time, everything is good, everything is kind, everyone is loving, everything, you would turn that TV off so quick because it'd be like, where's my conflict? The ego really loves its conflict. And that's what gives the life the meaning that it seems to have for us. I'm a fighter. I'm a loving person. I want kindness for everyone. I look at how good I am. All my specialness is coming out in all this judgment of these others who seem to be going against what I think should be happening. It's the ego just playing over and over and over.
mhm,
And there has to come a time when I just say, I'm not playing this game anymore.
mhm,
This is not the game I want to play. And so if the game I want to play is a game where everyone wins, then I have to let go of uh my desire for things to go my way and recognize that I don't have a way. That my way is always one of destruction because that's how the ego works. But God's way is just one of peace, and it will win out in the end. We'll eventually get tired of all the crap and give in and say, I'm not playing this game anymore. But it has to be a decision that we make ourselves.
yeah.
You can't make anybody else do it.
Mhm,
And so it's only me that has the choice.
mhm,
So long-winded enough is, coming up to, once I recognize that the only reason there's conflict out there is because I'm choosing to see it, and I can change my mind, then, I begin to see the love that's really there. Even, the people that seem to be doing horrible things, they're not doing them because they wake up in the morning and say, I'm evil and I'm going to do bad things to hurt people because I really want to be mean. No, they wake up and say, maybe how can I make this world a better place for me or something? I don't know, but here's my idea. And, it might be somebody's idea. Well, let's just nuke everything and kill everybody on the earth. Then there'll be peace because there won't be any people here to fight a war. That is a viable option. I
mhm,
mean, it's just as viable as everything else.
mhm,
So, I mean, that's I guess, you just have to recognize that my idea of what the outcome should be is really based on my very limited understanding of what is actually happening. And uh, um, I might as well just relax and let it be.
Mhm.
So then that's, I think, where I'm getting to. I just know it's all going to be okay. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
oh my gosh, I'm all
Well, let's go with clear cognizance and A Course in Miracles.
okay. Here we
There
go.
you go. It can be helpful to revisit Helen Schuckman's experience of the Mayo Clinic and the church to understand clear cognizance. While Helen saw the image of the church, clairvoyance, she knew it would be there, claircognizance. In Helen's words, the picture was so sharp that I abandoned caution entirely and told Bill I was sure we would see the building when we landed in Rochester, Minnesota the next day. The certainty of knowing that they would see the church is Helen's claircognizance, and her seeing the church is her clairvoyance. Clair senses often do not work in isolation, as this example demonstrates. References to claircognizance in A Course in Miracles are hard to deduce, largely because the Course is very clear about the difference between perception and knowledge. Perception is what we experience here in the world of form. Knowledge is something we have when we are free of illusions, and it is only experienced in formlessness, not within the dream of form. So, according to the Course in Miracles, we don't have knowledge here because we don't know who we truly are as limitless children of God. Knowing is beyond all perceptions, and they quote the Course text, chapter 3. The knowing of claircognizance occurs in the realm of perception, but it is a knowing that is informed by something from deep within you. For instance, you know the words of the Course to be true, or you know that your loved one needs to be at that specific job interview or school. Despite A Course in Miracles being clear that knowledge is beyond the realm of form, there are some references in the Course in Miracles that direct us to connect with our claircognizance. These quotes point us to our inner sense of knowing the truth. And here's one quote: I am content to be wherever He wishes, knowing He goes there with me. When you are afraid, be still and know that God is real, and you are His beloved Son, in whom He is well pleased. If you will listen to His voice, you will know that you cannot either hurt or be hurt, and that many need your blessing to help them hear this for themselves. And that's the end of this page. Any comments?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I guess those are good pointers from the course. Uh, and I think there's a lot of lots and lots of other stuff in the course that says we already know the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm glad she brought these out. These are interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What's that quote that says, "What would you do if you knew that the one that it knows everything has your goodness in mind?"
Yeah,
Well, how was that quote?
that's from lesson 189.
Wow.
It what could you not accept if you but knew that all things past, present, and to come were gently planned by one whose only interest is your good.
Oh, and your joy.
Uh,
Yeah.
that's what makes you joyful, as you know.
Yes.
I love that. So yeah, and that's it. We can just know that everything is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is okay.
And I think the fear comes when we start thinking of we're going to be harmed, and that it's going to be the end of us. It's like you feared death, right? Even though you're not thinking of it in that way, you're thinking of it's going to be the end of the way that we live. It's going to be the end of um, having this or having that. When in reality, all we need to remember is what is real and what is not real. And you follow with there's only God is real. Nothing else is real. Only God is real. So anything that is from God is real. And I am from God. God created me. You know, I am part of God. I am one with my Father. I am spirit. I am a Holy Spirit. And so once you start going along those lines, it's like changing that narrative in the mind, and you work yourself, as Abraham would say. Um, I forget her name now. Esther Hicks.
Yeah.
Um, that she would say you cannot go from one end of the stick in the emotional, whatever it's called, that you go from one end of the stick of being all negative and fear and horrible to the other end of the stick, was this joyful and one with God. So you have to walk yourself back, basically, with your thoughts, using the course and remembering all of these things of who you are, that you're able to, yes, yeah, what am I thinking? No, I'll be okay. And if anything creeps up, as in something will be harmed, well, the body is not real anyway,
Hey,
right?
exactly.
So
Exactly.
if it's not real, doesn't matter what happens. It's a dream, and I will wake up in my Father's arms, or with Jesus, or however we want to say it.
Yeah.
You
Where
know,
I've always been.
yes, I will wake up.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, but I think all of that, that practice, and that's why with the practice of doing our lessons and um, going over that, helps you how to think. It's like for me in pharmacy, I worked in pharmacy for many, many years. Still kind of do, but I'm a little away from being in a pharmacy. But I always ended up having to teach others. That's been my thing. I think that's my path. And so when I teach, it's not a matter of you memorizing things. Yes, there are some things that you need to memorize, but I think what we're teaching is how to think. How to think, as in, if this happens, what would you do? What do you need to do? Remember these are the policies. Remember that these are, so what do you need to do? And so it's more of helping people to think, so that when they are in that situation, they're not afraid to take care of whatever is in front of them: an angry customer, a child crying out in the waiting room, sick, obviously. All these different things that you almost have to teach them. Also, it's like, be compassionate for people. It's like, I don't know, it's like it was yes, it was being a trainer and teaching people how to work in the pharmacy and all their jobs and their duties and da 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 da. But there's also that whole aspect of helping them to learn how to think, how to use their empathy, how to use their compassion, how to be in, coming from the heart. I almost, um because I would tell them, well, how would you feel if you're out there with your baby crying? Wouldn't you want them to expedite your prescription or put you ahead of others, if they know that that baby has an earache and that it's hurting horribly? You don't want to be a stickler and stick to well, it's not their turn because I have all these people ahead of them. yeah, but all these people are people that are not in that same situation. So you may want to, try and help out that mom or that dad or whoever it is that has that baby crying. So anyway, I think it's with the course, that is what it's teaching us. It's teaching us how to think differently, how to remember that we have a choice, that we can choose another thought, that we can choose something else. And that is how I feel, at least for myself, that you can go from one end of the stick to the other end of the stick because you've had all that training or those lessons where Jesus or Jeshua has brought us from how to think. Nothing I see is real. That's the first one of the first lessons. Nothing in this room or that has no meaning. That chair has no meaning. That window has no meaning. And you go from that deconstructing everything and then coming out with saying, well, everything I see, I have given it that meaning. I gave it that meaning. So if I gave it that meaning, is it really that? Unless God gave it that meaning. And if God gave it that meaning, that's a whole different story. But nothing I see here is real. Not even the body is real. So,
We're just going into our new year and starting all over with the lessons. I mean, that's really what it's teaching us from the very beginning.
yeah,
Nothing I see here means anything.
yeah,
Yeah, and if I think it does, I'm the one that gave meaning to it.
yeah, right.
And so it's all in my mind. It's up to me.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Thank you, Zita. That was very clear.
No, you're welcome.
Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Let's see. We got about 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at signs you may have claircognizant abilities. And I'll just read these and we can
Sure.
talk.
Okay.
All right, common phrases. You find yourself saying something like, I don't know how I know, I just know. You know that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Gut sense. You have a strong gut sense of things, and this guides you in your life. You may know and feel something simultaneously. Note that feeling and knowing, clairsentience and claircognizance often occur together simultaneously. So yeah, and you do feel it in your body.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we have the gut sense. That's why
Mm-hmm.
they call it that.
Yeah.
So
And I tell my kids too, whenever there's a decision that they'll ask me, I said, well, what's your gut feeling about it?
yeah, and everybody knows what that means because
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it absolutely is the way it works.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so um and of course, we all listen to that at some level or another. So
Right.
so let's see, familiarity. You might experience feelings of familiar knowing or deja vu as if you know that you've been here or had a dream about this before. And I've had that. I'm sure you probably have
Mm-hmm.
because we have been here before. Oh, we just spent how many years reading books about people with the deja vu.
Yeah.
Uh, all very instructive. Downloads. You receive downloads through which you know something to be true, whether it's of the highest truth or something within the realm of form. You might know something about a situation, another person, or yourself. Higher knowing downloads are a claircognizant experience that will reawaken the remembrance of who you and we truly are. So this seems like kind of a big thing,
Mm-hmm.
this getting these
Downloads.
downloads.
Mm-hmm. It's
And
like those people that are inspired, they're in spirit and they receive all this like by writing, they just write, or people that write songs, or all these different abilities that just come through. They're just downloads. At least that's how I see it for myself. And you just know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And more than often you are absolutely right. So of course, you're going to learn to listen to that
Hmm.
because it keeps you out of a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Uh, it helps you understand things because in reality we do know.
Yeah.
The reality is that we do know. So it's not even um that I get something special. It's just that I open up my mind to what's already there.
Right.
Okay. Making decisions. You make decisions easily when you feel into the answer, clairsentience, and then know what to do, claircognizance, or you simply know what you need to do. You might also experience goosebumps when you know the right thing to do. So again, she's got the goosebumps or the God bumps going on. Uh, so yeah, and you just know what to do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or when you're saying something about, you're talking about something and all of a sudden you get the goosebumps and you're like, okay, that's truth. You know that it is true.
Yeah.
What's coming out. Like speaking of well, I say dead, but they're not dead, but like your loved ones who have crossed over and they're on the other realm and you're talking about them and you're feeling, I felt like my mom, and then all of a sudden, boom, you feel it, and I'm like, okay, yep, she's here.
She's
It
here.
was true. Confirmation, right?
Yeah.
Confirmation of that knowing that you had, and you're sharing it, and there it comes the confirmation.
Yep. Yep. And I do, I feel that all the time. So, all right. And so honesty, you have a natural tendency toward honesty because honesty supports claircognizance.
Mm,
Your words, thoughts, and actions tend to be in alignment. A Course in Miracles says, honesty does not apply only to what you say. The term actually means consistency. There is nothing you say that contradicts what you think or do. No thought opposes any other thought. No act belies your word, and no word lacks agreement with another. Such are the truly honest. And that's from the Manual for Teachers. And yeah, so what they're talking about is that um, when you're honest, you're not lying to yourself about anything. So if you say, I believe that, uh, all liars should be shot at dawn, then you have that belief. And then someone comes and lies to you, you don't say, oh, see you in the morning. That's a silly thought, but but
mm,
but but we do that. We think, we make some kind of criteria about, what things have to be in order to be right by us. And
mhm,
then obviously we can't always live up to that because uh we don't really even know.
mhm,
So, it's because we don't know what anything really is or what it's for. We just are making up our stories all along. So, in honesty, you just aren't making up a story. You're just saying, well, that's what it is. The more honest and consistent you are, the clearer your claircognizance becomes. You have a strong sense of inner knowing because you are not hiding aspects of your ego from the Holy Spirit. Instead, you are consistently inclined to out your ego to the Holy Spirit. So, yeah, I see what she's saying. Yeah. So,
mhm, mhm.
uh, yep. Oops, I did it again. Oh my gosh. Let's see, is there any more of this? Oh yeah, there
Yeah,
is.
there is
Um, we got time.
three
We'll
more.
okay.
Mhm.
All right, waves of knowing. You get waves of knowing that wash over you, telling you that somehow everything is going to be okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, but we were just talking about that.
Yeah.
Just knowing it's all okay.
Mhm,
Sensing the subtle. You know or have a gut sense when something is off. For instance, you sense that a person has negative intentions or is lying about something.
mhm.
Yeah, yeah, I pretty
Yep.
much can read that.
Guilty.
And yeah, kinesthetic intuition. You might need to move to feel in the flow or to receive intuitive downloads. You might also find that you absorb information when you are moving. For instance, listening to an audiobook when on a walk.
Mm,
Uh, Additionally, when something drops into your mind and you know it to be true, you may get goosebumps again,
yeah.
chills, or other physical sensations that affirm your not knowing. So,
Hmm. Okay.
I don't know about that. I'll have to figure that out.
Like
So,
walking. It's like,
maybe going out for a walk.
yeah. Or for example, for me, it's like talking to somebody over the phone sometimes. If we're trying to solve, not necessarily solve a big problem, but somebody's calling about something that's going on in their life, and and then you, instead of just laying there talking casually, you could be talking casually about things, but when the moment starts to say something that you need to say, like, I don't know, like not advice, but I don't know. I can't think of a better word to use than that, but and then for me, I walk and I'm walking back, in my room, I'm walking around
Uh-huh.
and just kind of telling them, well, if this happens, then you need to da da da, because da da da, have you thought of this? Have you thought of that? It's like, I don't know. It feels, even when I was learning, that's one example. And another one is when I was studying, I remember I was in high school, and this is in Mexico, and I would be in my room studying, and I would be walking from the door to the window and back and forth as I was reading. And I think that helped to
Yeah,
memorize it or to learn it.
I
Anyway.
love that idea.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to try that myself.
Hmm.
I wave my arms around. I do it when
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways. All right. Well,
No?
see, thank you so much. It's been wonderful.
Yeah. Of course. Been
And
happy to be here.
forward to seeing you next week, and Happy New Year.
Yes. Happy New Year. Thank you for everything. I so appreciate you and this group
I know, I
for
appreciate you too.
keeping me straight.
And Jorge, I love you, brother, and
Yeah, I
Steve.
love you too. Happy New Year.
Happy
And I was gonna say something, but then we
Oh.
ran out of time. But we
No,
can
you can
we
say
can
something, Jorge.
no, we
Yeah.
can pick up next week.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
Right.
Happy New Year and thank you for everything.
Yeah.
I love you, friend.
Love
Love
Bye-bye.
you
you
too.
too.
Thank you,
Bye
Steve,
bye.
for